From the outside, it appears to be business as usual at the American Airlines maintenance base in Tulsa. But inside, the workforce of the region's largest employer is nervous.
We don't know what's going to happen to the base here in Tulsa as far as will it be kept open, will it be spun off into another entity?
There's all kinds of questions about retirement and am I going to have a job, and things that we're not yet able to answer.
Rick Mullings represents the Transport Workers Union Local 514. Its members make up the majority of American's 7,000 Tulsa employees.
Well, we have 5,700 members working at this base, union members.
Representatives of employee groups and creditors are among the stakeholders that will help the airline and bankruptcy court craft a reorganization plan over the coming months. It's a slow process that leaves Americans' employees and creditors unsure how they'll be affected.
Those suppliers are very worried. When you get the word bankruptcy out there, they're wondering if they're going to get paid for what they've done, or if they're going to continue to pay what they have worked on. And is there going to be any more work coming to them? And of course, you could imagine how many employees they have, that if something happened to American Airlines, they start getting laid off too.
Chapter 11 provides the means through which you can take whatever action you need to do to fix your company.
Sid Swinson is a bankruptcy lawyer who teaches bankruptcy law at the University of Tulsa Law School. He says in most Chapter 11 cases, companies make mutually acceptable deals to reorganize with creditors. If that doesn't happen,
there is a process under bankruptcy law that allows the court to confirm a plan in what we refer to in the bankruptcy industry as a cram down. Yes, it's not a term that you find in the bankruptcy code, but it's a term of art used by bankruptcy lawyers that basically means imposing a plan terms over one or more group of dissenting creditors.
At the time American filed for bankruptcy, it had lots of cash on its balance sheet, which could mean creditors won't take a big hit, but other groups could.
One of the reasons for the filing was to deal with the collective bargaining agreement. They need to make peace with their unions yet. They may have to utilize the bankruptcy process to accomplish that. Secondly, I'm told that they have about 29% of their airplane fleet is leased, and so they want to cancel those leases and make room for more fuel-efficient jets that have already been ordered.
Changes to collective bargaining agreements could include reductions in workforce, adjustments to where work is done, or retirement benefits. Other airlines that went through bankruptcy turned over pension plans to the Federal Pension Benefit Guaranty Corporation. That agency's director says Americans' employees should worry about their pension plans. When the agency assumed airline plans in the past, many people's pensions were cut, some dramatically. The PBGC estimates Americans' employees would lose about $1 billion in benefits if the agency takes over the airline's pension plans. Mullings says workers would lose something else as well.
There will be some people out there that may be losing their medical coverage if the plan is turned over to the federal government.
We called about 30 businesses that have contracts with American's base in Tulsa. More than half said they don't foresee any changes in their relationships with American, at least in the short term. Meredith Siegfried is CEO of NORDAM. It's one of the largest aerospace companies in Tulsa, and it does a lot of business with American.
Well, NORDAM manufactures and repairs airplane parts. Half of our business manufactures for the business jet communities. The other half of the business is focused on repair, so airline repair of thrust reversers, nacelles, airframe parts.
American's filing for bankruptcy wasn't a surprise to Oklahoma's aerospace industry, according to Siegfried.
It's a very frustrating thing for the people that work there, I'm sure, but maybe a necessary thing for American to keep on pace with their competition. Are they going to keep bases here in Tulsa? I think that they will, because it's a huge base, and they need the capacity, and they have a good workforce. So time will tell, but I don't have any great fear right now for American or for Tulsa.
Siegfried says American assured NORDAM and other suppliers it would continue doing business in Tulsa as the bankruptcy proceedings go forward.
We actually have been told and talked to American that, hey, it's business as usual. Make sure that you keep up on your production for parts, and actually the relationship somewhat improves because you don't have that fear of the filing. It's over, so you know that you're going to work through it.
Redbud Air Filters is a small Tulsa manufacturer with just 30 employees. It supplies air filters for heating and cooling and manufacturing processes to American's maintenance base and has since the mid-1970s. Sales to American make up about 15% of its business. Sales manager Bill Harding expects American's bankruptcy will touch a lot of small Oklahoma companies like his.
What they owe us, it'll be tied up for a little while, maybe for a long time, I don't know, but they're important to us. We have a very good relationship and we're going to continue on. It's going to affect some more than others. I think it depends on each company, and as far as we're concerned, we're going to just suck it up and go on. I think what we do for them and keeping their equipment running is essential to them and to their ongoing business. And like I said, they're not going away tonight or tomorrow.
Oklahoma's Aerospace Alliance Executive Director Mary Smith says 2011 was a good year for the aerospace industry in Oklahoma.
I see companies like BizJet in Tulsa, AAR in Oklahoma City. Boeing has shown quite a bit of growth in Oklahoma City. And then our little companies, we have little companies like Mingo Aerospace in Owasso, and Precise Machining in Tulsa, and Helicom, and Air Inc. in Oklahoma City. These companies are all looking for good, skilled workforce. They look to our training and our education institutions to help them with that. They're looking for good suppliers, and as often as they can, they try to find suppliers within our state. So we have a really good relationship.
Because those companies look in-state for suppliers, Smith says about 1 in 10 jobs in Oklahoma are directly or indirectly connected to the aerospace industry.
In Tulsa, American Airlines is our largest aerospace company, but we have over 200 companies that deal with aerospace-related products and services. Across the state, over 400.
If American's bankruptcy results in a reduction of its workforce, companies like Nordam may be able to absorb some or all of the displaced workers.
This past year, we hired between 300 and 400 people. So we have some programs that we've had the great opportunity to win. So we're going through a ramp-up phase. So in next year, we still have quite a few positions open. So we would look at an opportunity to bring people in.
Mullings says if American lays off a large group of people all at once, he's doubtful there will be enough openings in Oklahoma's aerospace industry, or that those jobs would pay as well as American.